The Meru-Isiolo boundary is a region of both promise and peril. It is home to two distinct communities with deeply rooted traditions: the Ameru, who depend on agriculture, and the Borana, who rely on pastoralism. For generations, these communities coexisted, each sustaining their livelihoods through their respective practices. However, this delicate balance has been upended by the growing impacts of climate change. Unpredictable weather patterns, prolonged droughts, and erratic rainfall have devastated the natural resources on which both communities depend. For the Borana pastoralists, diminishing grazing lands and water sources in Isiolo have forced them to migrate into Meru in search of sustenance for their herds. This movement often leads to cattle grazing on farmlands, destroying crops, and triggering violent conflicts between the two communities. These disputes have escalated to the point of claiming lives, destroying livelihoods, and leaving a legacy of mistrust and tension.
Borderline conflict that has turned ugly. No fewer than 10 people have been reported killed over the last few days following deadly clashes between the Ameru and Borana communities within the counties of Meru and Isiolo. The animosity between the two communities fueled by a Monday night incident that residents there say may just be the thorn that finally broke the camel's back. Timothy Otieno reports.
It is early morning Thursday, and the nearly 1,000 families present at this improvised IDP camp at a local school in Murera area, Igembe Central constituency, are waking up to yet another day away from their homesteads. Here, women and children are bearing the greatest brunt of a long-standing animosity between the Meru and Borana near the periphery of Meru and Isiolo County. It is the aftermath of a perennial problem in this area that has so far led to the displacement of about 800 people, with about 10 people recorded dead.
I think we are very aware of what has been going on in the past few weeks that has gone on here, and that's what has brought us here together as a community and as leaders from government to find a resolution and long-lasting peace in this region. For a long time, we know these communities have been together for years, peaceful. In the recent past, we've seen a flare-up, and we've lost a number of lives, about 13, and property has been destroyed, both livestock, with camels, cows, and also farms.
This area was identified as one of hotspot areas where resource-based conflict was very much common, and there was need to come up with inter-county peace meeting.
The impacts of climate change in this region are not abstract, they are a lived reality. Scarcity of resources has transformed once peaceful neighbors into adversaries, creating a cycle of conflict and suffering. As the frequency and intensity of droughts increase, so too does the urgency for sustainable interventions that address both the environmental and social dimensions of this crisis. Ripples International has stepped forward to break this cycle, combining peace-building efforts with initiatives that directly address the impacts of climate change. Through a series of peace meetings facilitated in collaboration with local administration, councils of elders, and the National Drought Management Authority, the organization has brought the warring communities together. These dialogues have yielded significant outcomes, including the creation of peace committees tasked with fostering ongoing peace-building efforts along the border. In addition, bylaws and grazing plans have been developed to regulate grazing areas, usage of springs and water pans, and prevent overgrazing. These community-driven frameworks ensure that natural resources are shared equitably and sustainably, reducing the likelihood of future conflicts. Recognizing the immediate human toll of these conflicts, Ripples International, in partnership with Kinder Not Life, has provided critical humanitarian support. Wet feeding programs in schools along the boundaries ensure that children are nourished and able to continue their education even amidst turmoil. Vulnerable households have been supported with cash transfers, offering a lifeline during times of extreme scarcity and conflict. At the heart of Ripples International's work is the Alternative Justice System project, which addresses conflicts before they escalate. The organization has established community reconciliation centers where trained legal literacy volunteers mediate disputes. The centers are more than just spaces for resolution. They're beacons of hope, fostering trust and ensuring that disagreements are resolved peacefully. By involving elders in these processes, Ripples International ensures that solutions are not only effective, but also deeply rooted in the cultural values and traditions of the communities. The stakes could not be higher. Climate change continues to intensify, threatening to exacerbate existing tensions and plunge communities into deeper cycles of conflict. However, Ripples International's integrated approach, combining climate resilience, peace building, and alternative justice, offers a blueprint for sustainable coexistence.
Utebyo banderie no mpina ende abantu ntigo itutezo kabunene muno ende ya wonta nta mbanya kwari lakini ndrekwe yande na ndino inya nyingi muno kire sarete asaite na to watanidrie naana twari naana barano ndebati kwa tuno na ba kwa nyeshima na bambira yo ndaba mbithairia batembithira na batenturia ringi leo soko itogaranie naana ba kwa bwega twawira no nyabongo ibawirerwe.
As we share this story with you, we invite you to join us in making a difference. Your support can help expand these initiatives, building resilient communities that can withstand the pressures of climate change while living in harmony. Together, we can transform the Meru-Isiolo boundary into a model of peace, collaboration, and shared prosperity.